What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Poketristy here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode number 4 of our Learning Laddering series right here in the OU tier on Pokemon Showdown. We are coming right off of the heels of a pretty good episode, last episode if I do say so myself. If you missed out on that episode or any other video that has gone up on the channel thus far, the playlists for any of the other tiers will be down in the description below, as well as my Twitter. I'll be updating you guys on when videos go live, as well as if I am unable to upload for some reason, I will let you guys know over there. Now, last episode, without too many spoilers, we missed quite a bit of attacks. Unfortunately, it was just too much to overcome in one of the battles, and we did end up taking a pretty disappointing loss. I was relatively salty about it, relatively disappointed, but we are at 1281 on the ladder, which is actually not terrible considering where we started. You know, we've done pretty well, I think, so far in our quest to become better and to be the very best like no one ever was. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into a battle. If you guys don't know or you're not familiar with this team, we built the team, or I didn't build the team, but I went over the team last episode and showed you guys what the team was looking like. So this guy has a Hoopa Unbound, which is a very scary Pokemon for me. However, I do think that Alakazam can handle it. I also think Azumarill can handle it quite well as well. I said quite well as well. I think Azumarill can handle it pretty well. So that's a big threat. Weavile is also a threat, but we do have Breloom for Weavile, so that's nice. Lopunny is a threat too. There's a lot of big threats in this guy's team. I'm not actually sure what he wants to lead with here. He's obviously not going to try to get up rocks of any kind, so I'm actually going to do that. I don't think he has a Defogger either, unless Celebi has it. I don't know if Celebi even gets Defog, so I'm going to lead with Gliscor. He's going to lead with Lopunny, which is kind of scary to me, so I'm gonna go into my Gliscor. Actually has the best defense. He's gonna have Ice Punch. Lopunny I know runs Ice Punch. I'm actually just gonna take this Fake Out damage real quick, and assuming he's gonna go for Fake Out, he actually goes Cosmic Power. Whoa, what is this? That is kind of scary, to be honest. I'm just going to go for an Earthquake here. I'm not sure how much it's going to do. He's going to go for Power Up Punch. So this Lopunny's trying to set up and beat me. We do get a crit, which is nice. I'm assuming he's going to go for Ice Punch here to not play around with this. He's actually going to go for a turn that's not going to KO me. And Earthquake is not going to KO him, unfortunately. So I almost have to switch out now to my Rotom and eat up this return. Well, I don't know if we eat up a return. I can almost sack this thing off. I really don't necessarily need it. It would be nice to eat up some hits, but I think we're fine. So I'm just going to sack this thing off and let this thing go down. Gliscor did his job. He got some damage off on Lopunny. I'm actually just going to go into Azu here and go for an Aqua Jet. I could go into Breloom and go for a Mach Punch, but I actually think Aqua Jet's my safest play. So we are going to take out the Lopunny. Luckily for us, he did try to set up way too early. That was an interesting set. I don't think I've ever seen that set on a Lopunny before. Of course, it might just be my incompetence in the OU tier, but I don't think I've ever seen that. So this Celebi is a problem for me as well. Celebi actually walls my entire team, to be honest. What does Azu do for me? Azu takes care of Talonflame. What does Exca do for me? Excadrill takes care of Kyurem Black. So Celebi's a problem for me. Honestly, Rotom can take care of Talonflame too, so I'm just going to go for Play Rough. He's actually going to Nasty Plot up. If we hit the Play Rough, we're in good shape. We do hit the Play Rough. Does he get Synthesis? I think he probably does. I actually feel like going for an Aqua Jet here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually sack my Azu. It does 12%. That does nothing. So he's going to get all of that HP back with Giga Drain. And I definitely think this is a good game. I don't think that I've got anything for this. Actually, I can go right into Alakazam and go for Shadow Ball. I have absolutely zero reason to not do this and going for a Shadow Ball. He might want to switch. So I could potentially substitute, but I'm not. I'm just going to Shadow Ball. If he stays in, then he's going to get KO'd. He might actually switch here, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed that I had to sack my Zoomeril. He is going to stay in. So Shadow Ball is not going to take this thing out, and a Giga Drain is probably going to do a lot to me, as it did. Shadow Ball does 59, and it's definitely not going to be enough, but Mach Punch should be enough after, well, no, it won't be, because, oh, he just went for Psychic. That's interesting. Well, I guess he didn't have a way to recover anything, so I have to go into Breloom and go for a Mach Punch. This is looking like a loss, if I'm honest. I'm just going to go Mach Punch here. Maybe it takes this thing out. It does. We get a crit. I don't know if the crit mattered. Mach Punch does take it out, though. So this guy has a setup heavy team. I'm assuming he's going into Talonflame to go for a Brave Bird, or he could potentially be going for a Swords Dance. This guy really likes to set up, so maybe I go Spore, predicting his Swords Dance here. Or I go for my own Swords Dance, predicting his Swords Dance. I think I'm going to do that. He actually just goes for Acrobatics. That's a good play on my opponent's part. I thought, you know, I didn't really have a chance to win, so I just had to make a play there. So that was that. I had to make a play. Unfortunately, it wasn't the right play to make, so we are not going to be able to win this one. I'm just going to, I think Volt Switch should kill this thing, to be honest. I'm just going to Volt Switch out. He's going to go for Acrobatics. That does no damage at all, so Volt Switch does take this thing out. I'm going to go into my Excadrill. I don't think we win because he's just going to go right into his Weavile and pretty much take me out with a... Oh, he goes into Hoopa. Okay. So Hoopa is an interesting Pokemon. It does outspeed me, barely. I feel like switching into my Rotom here is the smartest play, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch into Rotom. Hopefully we take this Hyperspace Fury. He actually goes for Drain Punch, and he gets a crit, of course. Of course he gets a crit. Good players. Good players always get crits. That is going to take me out, unfortunately. My only play was to Pain Split there. So, this guy won. I mean, he would have won anyway, but the crit did not help me because a Pain Split would have been nice to get my health back. He's going to Drain Punch and not take out my Excadrill. Just, he didn't quite take me out. But an Ice Shard from a Weavile should. And we are going to, unfortunately, lose this one. Kind of disappointing. This guy actually had a pretty good team matchup against me, as I am fairly weak to grass types. Both of my walls are weak to grass, and Lopunny kind of wrecks house on my team as well. So it is what it is. We are working our way back down the ladder now. It's 2 losses in a row for us. So hopefully we can. This is from earlier. Hopefully we can right the ship and figure it out, but instead this guy's got a Clefable, and that's annoying. So I don't know what we're going to be able to do against this guy either. A Landorus or Gliscor lead is pretty obvious, so I'm just going to lead with Breloom. If he leads with Heatran, then that's just a good lead. He leads with Lando, which is fine. He's going to get the Intimidate. I'm going to go for Spore. If he wants to go for U-turn, then that's on him. He actually doesn't outspeed me, which is interesting, so I'm going to set up a Swords Dance, because I have no reason not to. If he wants to go into Clefable, then that's on him. He really doesn't have a lot for me. He's got Heatran, and he's got Gliscor. So I'm actually just going to set up a Swords Dance right now, just to get up to +1. Him bringing in Landorus and getting the Intimidate off kind of hurts me. He actually goes right into his Gliscor here. I'm not sure what he's going to want to do to me. Maybe Toxic, but I'm just going to go for Bullet Seed, as I'm pretty sure that's my best play. I'm actually going to check really quick. I'm pretty sure Bullet Seed's my best play there. We are OU offensive. I don't know why they don't put an item on here. I'm not 100% sure why. Against a Gliscor, who I'm assuming will be physically defensive. I am +1. So Bullet Seed is not going to be enough to take him out, even if I hit 5 times. So I probably should switch out here. But I'm actually just going to go for Bullet Seed, because this thing's kind of a threat. We only hit twice. We only hit twice. He's going to get a sub up, which is a little threatening to me. I'm going to go for Mach Punch. It should break his sub. It didn't break his sub. Wow. +1 Mach Punch did not break his sub. So that's disgusting, and it makes me really, really, really frustrated that didn't break his sub. So this is definitely going to break it. He's probably just going to sub up again. He has no reason not to. He just goes for another Ice Fang. That sucks. That is crazy that that didn't break his sub. I'm actually kind of mad about that. I really thought it would. It says Mach Punch does. Well, no, I guess it shouldn't have. Maybe I should have paid more attention. I was just assuming that Mach Punch was going to break it. Unfortunately, it did not. So now I have to hope to take this thing out with my Azumarill here. I can actually go for Belly Drum if I'm real. I actually think Belly Drum's probably my best play here. I'm assuming he's going to try to hit me with something, or he's going to switch out. If he switches out into Metagross, then that's just a good play. And I'm going to have to switch out. Actually, he's definitely switching out into Metagross, so I need to predict that. I'm going to actually switch into my Excadrill here if Showdown lets me. I'm actually going to start the timer too because I didn't realize it wasn't on. We do get Excadrill. Can he please go out into Metagross? He protects. Why would he do that? Wow. So that's frustrating as well. So now I got to see what I can do to this thing with Excadrill. Gliscor is a problem for my team, man. Gliscor is not something that I want to mess with. We are choice banded. So against a Gliscor, Iron Head's going to do something, but not enough. If we can get a flinch, that would be nice. I'm hoping we can get a flinch here. I was actually predicting his Metagross. I thought that was probably his best play. He decided not to go for it, so, you know, that's fine. Belly Drum would have really hurt his team. I don't know if a +1 Aqua Jet, or +6 Aqua Jet would have killed Metagross. I don't think it would have. I definitely don't think it would have, actually. But we're going to see what he wants to do here. I didn't get to start the timer just a second ago, so I'm going to start it now. And we're going to see if he wants to switch out. I'm locked into Iron Head, but maybe he doesn't know that. He's actually going to go right out into his Heatran, which is a good play. So I'm going to have to switch out into my own Gliscor here. And hopefully he goes for Earthquake. He goes for Lava Plume. That's going to do nothing. He got the burn, of course. So Toxic Orb's completely useless. He does get the burn. That figures. So I'm just going to go straight for an Earthquake. If he goes into Landorus, actually, I'm just going to knock off in case he does go into Landorus here. Not wanting to take this Earthquake. It is ×4 weak to it, so hopefully he goes out into his Landorus. He might go out into his Gliscor. I'm not sure what he's going to want to do here. He's definitely not staying in, surely. This guy's smiling because he hacks me. I'm going to knock off this Landorus. It's going to do about 0. It actually healed him. So I could Roost here, but I'm actually just going to go straight out into my Azu. As long as he doesn't wake up. I'm actually going to go into Rotom in case he does wake up. I don't know what this thing does to me if he does, but I'm going to go into Rotom anyway. I can get off a nice Hydro Pump, which is nice. He actually switches out into his own Gliscor, which is not the best switch on my opponent's part because I can just go for a Hydro here, and that is my best play. He's going to switch into his Clefable. We are going to miss a Hydro Pump. I have missed more Hydro Pumps in the past 2 episodes than I care to talk about. I have missed so many Hydro Pumps. It's so disappointing. I'm actually just going to Will-O-Wisp this thing, I think. He might actually go for a Heal Bell, so maybe I could pull the switch into Excadrill here. I'm actually going to pull the switch. Hopefully he goes for Heal Bell. If he goes for Willow, then he's just so much better than me. He does go for the Heal Bell. I'm going to go straight for an Iron Head. I don't know how this thing's going to... Oh, no. Please cancel. I'm going to go for an Earthquake, predicting his Heatran or his anything else. If he goes into Gliscor or Landorus, then that's on me. He does go into Landorus, so we are not going to hit him with an Earthquake, which is unfortunate. I probably should have seen that coming, to be honest. But I can go straight out into Rotom. This thing can't touch Rotom. He's going to get up his rocks, but that's fine. So Rotom is going to... See, every time I want to click Hydro Pump, I'm almost afraid to click Hydro Pump because we've missed so many. I want somebody in the comment section to tell me how many Hydro Pumps we've missed the past 2 episodes. If you guys are watching both videos, I really want to know. It has to be a ton. It has to be. I feel like every time I click Hydro, we miss. I almost want to Volt Switch out here just to get the initiative on this guy. But, yeah, I'm actually going to do that. If he stays in, then he's wild. Okay, he switches out into his Clefable. That's what I expected. So I'm going to Volt Switch, get a nice chunk of damage off, and go straight into Excadrill. So I'm assuming that he is going to go straight into his Heatran. I'm going to go for an Iron Head. If he goes into Heatran, then this guy's just on another level. He goes into his Lando, gets the Intimidate drop. We are going to hit him with an Iron Head. That is going to do a ton of damage. He actually forfeited. What? Not sure why he did that, to be honest. I think he actually had the win there. Well, I don't know. I feel like he was in a better position than me, but you know, we'll take wins any way we can get them, and that's just the way it is. So we're gonna look for another battle. Hopefully we find one. We do right away. This guy's got a very electric team. He has 3 electric types. He has 1 ground type. I don't have much for Scizor, and I don't have much for Victini. I've got Shadow Ball and Alakazam for Victini, but I don't have anything for Scizor at all. Earthquake from Excadrill he's not going to appreciate. I'm going to assume he's going to lead with his Gliscor. So I'm going to lead with Breloom. He does not. He leads with Victini. I'm assuming he predicted my Breloom to go into Victini, which is fine. I can go straight up to Rotom. If he double switches, then he is a lord. He goes for V-Create. That does so much. That did so much damage. He is... I want a Willow here. Because I think he's switching out. I'm actually going to. I'm going to Willow on the switch. Hopefully he switches out into his Scizor or his Gliscor. He actually goes into his Thundurus. We are going to hit the Will-O-Wisp. That's nice. It doesn't really matter necessarily because of the fact that Thundurus is a special attacker. Doesn't, you know, I mean, it's not going to help me much. Do I need Rotom? I guess he's a nice switch for Gliscor, so I'm actually going to go into my... I'm going to go into my own Gliscor here. He switches out into Victini. Not sure what he was predicting there, but we are going to be able to get some nice damage off on this, on something anyway. I kind of want to go for knockoff, but then again I kind of want to go for rocks too. I'm actually going to set up rocks. He goes for U-turn, that's fine. I'm assuming he's going to bring out his own Gliscor. Oh, he brings out Thundurus. He's probably going to have HP Ice if he brought him out. So I can go out into... I'm actually just going to knock off here. I think it's my best play. HP Ice is going to take me out, but I didn't have anything to switch into. So now this Thundurus is going to be heavily damaged. He doesn't have much to switch into Alakazam. So I'm actually just going to go straight into Alakazam. I think we can kill it. I'm actually going to calc it really quick. Sacking Gliscor there was kind of not something I wanted to do, but it felt like something I had to do, unfortunately. Just for the sake of getting a free switch, because I had no switch-ins there doing HP Ice. So Alakazam's Psychic is going to be enough to take this thing out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into Alakazam here. Go straight for a Psychic. If he goes into Scizor, actually, should I sub up? I think I'm going to substitute here, so he might try to save this. So I'm going to sub. Hopefully he switches out. If he doesn't, then that's just a good play on my opponent's part, and I've got nothing to say about it. Hopefully he will switch out into his Victini, predicting a Psychic. He switches out into his Scizor, so we are going to get the Mega Evolution. We're going to Trace Swarm and go for the sub. We do have Focus Blast. Now, how much is that going to do to a Scizor? Actually, I'm going to go over here. We should have HP Fire. We should have HP Fire for sure. He's bulky, Swords Dance. I'm going to assume. We should have HP Fire, but we don't. So we got Focus Blast. That's going to do 50%. So I'm going to go straight for a Focus Blast here. Can we hit? We miss, of course. Of course we miss. He's going to go for a knockoff. That's going to fade my sub. I don't know. I don't know what to do against really good players like this who just, you know, I mean, the past 2 games I've gone up against some really good players who constantly dodge and bob and weave against everything. So I'm actually going to go... He's not going to want to take this Earthquake. He's obviously not Mega. He's Mega Manectric. I should have known that already. I'm going to go for an Iron Head. Not sure what he's going to bring in. Not sure that I care. I'm going to Iron Head here. Or should I Rock Slide? I'm actually going to Rock Slide. Hoping he switches out. He actually stayed in with Scizor. Why would he do that? Why does that make any sense for him to stay in? So I'm just going to Earthquake. It's not going to do a lot, but it does something, and he U-turns out. I don't know why in the world he stayed in right there. I guess to try to get U-turn damage, but I mean, it just I can't play players like this. I can't do it. That doesn't make any sense for him to stay in on this Earthquake. Oh man, if we'd hit that Focus Blast, we would be in really good shape right now. Just, you know, just throwing that out there. Manectric's probably going to come in and beat my team, to be honest. I'm just going to sack Exca here, as there's not much else he can do for me. So he's going to go for an Overheat and take out, or Flamethrower rather, and take out my Excadrill. That makes, you know, things a little bit harder. I can Psychic and kill this Manectric. I can actually Psychic for free. I think I can Psychic for free. A Psychic is going to be enough to take out Manectric if he stays in. I almost want to go for a sub in case he switches, but I'm tired of I'm tired of trying to make those plays. So he's going to sack his Thundurus. That's fine. Not sure what he has to bring in here. Scissor's, you know, not really a great switch, as I do think a Psychic is going to take him out from this range. I just can't even spell Scizor right. So, he's not a Mega Scizor, he's just a regular Scizor, so I don't know, I'm assuming he's just Bulky Swords Dance Scizor. Which I don't think matters. Psychic should be enough to take it out anyway, so I'm going to go straight for Psychic here. He's going to Bullet Punch, not going to take me out. I believe that's his only priority on his team. So he's probably going to bring out Gliscor now to maybe try to eat up this Psychic. Would be his best play. He might actually go into Zapdos as well. I don't know how Zapdos' special defense is though. But I'm going to pause it until he makes a play. Well, never mind. He's here. I'm going to check and see how much this is going to do to Zapdos. It's not going to kill him. So I need to preserve this thing. I kind of want to... I can't do anything. I cannot do anything to this Zapdos. So I actually want to switch out into my Rotom here and sack it off. If I can get Alakazam in clean against every other Pokemon, then I win. Possibly barring Gliscor, I guess. I think Gliscor is his win con, though. So I'm actually going to go into Rotom and hope that he went for something dumb like Toxic. That's fine. So he can go for a T-Bolt here. That'll be okay. I'm actually just going to go straight for a... I'm actually going to go... I really want to go for a Will-O-Wisp. Predicting the switch. But I'm just going to go for a Volt Switch here to try to get some switch initiative. We are going to get a Volt Switch off. It's going to do nice and no damage. I'm going to go right into Breloom. Yeah, Breloom doesn't do a whole lot for me this game anyway, so if we can live a hit from this Zapdos, which I don't know if we can. Heat Wave is going to take us out, so we're not living a Heat Wave, unfortunately, so I'm just going to go straight for a Mach Punch here. He is probably going to Heat Wave. He Volt Switches. Wow, so I should have Spored. Oh, I just made a big mistake. That's such a bad play. I don't know why in the world he would risk his Zapdos getting Spored, but he did. Victini coming in is fine. I'm just going to let this thing go down. That way I can get into Zam, and I can go for a Shadow Ball and anything he wants to bring in. I'm actually just going to go for a Spore. Actually, no. I'm going to go for a Mach Punch. I think that's my best play. Just in case. You know, just in case I can't kill with a Shadow Ball from Zam. I'm actually going to calc that, too, while he's making his move. Victini. I don't know why they don't have a set for Victini yet. I don't understand. Let me just say if he's max. If he's max Spadef, I want to see what Zam does to him. Now, nothing on his team is making me think that he's max Spadef. Shadow Ball's only going to do 50% if he is. So, I'm not sure what he's going to do here. He's taking a while. I don't know how much Mach Punch is going to do. It's going to do a nice 21%. That's crisp. So, he's going to go for V-Create here and take me out. He's going to get a bunch of drops, which is good because now I can just go into my Realistically, I can go into Rotom Wash. Even though I think V-Create probably kills me. Actually, he might be slower. No, he's not. He's not going to be slower. I can go into Azu, actually, and get off a free Belly Drum, I think, to be honest. Or a free Play Rough. I think he's switching out. Do I risk that and go for Play Rough, or do I stay safe and go for Aqua Jet? Alakazam wins the game anyway for me. I'm actually going to Belly Drum here on the switch. He does switch out into his Manectric, which is nice because Belly Drum, I'm still going to get to +5 here. So I don't necessarily think that I don't necessarily think an Aqua Jet's going to take Manectric out, unfortunately, at +5. I'm actually going to check really quick and see if I can take him out with an Aqua Jet. I actually can. So Aqua Jet kind of wins me the game here. Zapdos is probably going to eat it, but nothing else wants this. And Azumarill might come through and get the win. I saw Alakazam as my win con here, but I think Azumarill can actually pull it off. Zapdos is at 50%. It is resisted, but I don't think he's eating it up. And Gliscor, I don't think Gliscor is going to eat it up either. So I don't know what he's going to bring in here. I don't know what else he really can bring in aside from Gliscor to hope he lives it, but I don't think Gliscor's living a +5 or +5 a +5 Aqua Jet. I definitely don't think Gliscor's going to live. I'm not sure what this guy's going to do here. So he's taking a while. He might actually just let it time out and be one of those guys instead of just forfeiting, which kind of makes him a jerk. But if he does decide to do that, then that's fine. That's on him. I'm not sure, but if he... Okay, he goes into Zapdos here. He's going to get pressure off. That doesn't matter. Aqua Jet should be enough. It is. So I think that we win. I'm actually positive that we win. I don't think that we win. I know that we win. I don't think Gliscor is going to live this. I'm actually almost 99% sure that Gliscor is not living this hit. So unless he's max defense, Focus Sash, he's not living. Gliscor's not living, so we are going to get a win here. Watch me say Gliscor's not living, and then he's going to live. I'm going to go straight for an Aqua Jet, and if we don't kill, that's fine. We actually get a crit. I don't think the crit mattered. And he goes into Victini. Victini is going to get Aqua Jetted as well, and Azumarill is going to win me the game. So that was really nice. It was really nice for Azumarill to show what it can do. Azumarill's proving its worth a little bit here on the team. So I kind of want to see where we are on the ladder really quick before we move on to our next battle, but... the ladder's taking a while to update, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to look for another battle. So that was a pretty interesting battle because I thought Zam was my win condition there, and I figured that if I could preserve Zam enough and get some damage off and everything else, that he could just win the game. And lucky for me, I caught his Victini right when I needed to, and I was able to win the game with Belly Drum Azu, so that's nice. Now we have a disgusting looking team with a Slurpuff that I know is going to be trouble for me. He's got Heatran, Zapdos, Crobat. Yeah, this team is absolutely disgusting, guys. So I can see a Swampert or Heatran lead. Either way, I think Rotom Wash is the way to go. If it's Swampert, I can just go ahead and go for a Willow. If it is Heatran, then I can go for a Hydro. He leads with Crobat, so I can go for a Will-O-Wisp on it as well. I don't know what wants to come in and take this Will-O-Wisp. Maybe Zapdos is his only play here. If he stays in a Brave Birds, then that's just a real play. He's just real. The realest dude in the room. So he's going to go in Swampert, predicting Volt Switch. We are going to get the Willow off. That is going to really hurt Swampert in this match. So I'm going to go straight for a Hydro Pump. I could switch out, but I don't really have to switch in for Swampert, to be honest. He actually goes into Zapdos. Hydro's going to do nothing because we missed. Again, what did I say earlier this episode? We never hit Hydro. I don't even know why I go for Hydro Pump anymore. We absolutely never ever hit Hydro Pumps. I don't know if it's like something I'm doing wrong or if like I just don't know. I can't hit a Hydro Pump ever. So he goes for a Heat Wave. Why would he go for a Heat Wave? Maybe predicting my Excadrill to come out, but that's still a very strange play. So we are going to get a chance to knock the Zapdos off. or get up rocks. Though he does have 2 defoggers on his team. I'm actually just going to go for a knockoff here. He goes HP Ice. We are going to live. Knockoff is going to do nothing. Knockoff does nothing, so I can go into Rotom on the HP Ice and eat it up. It does 7, so that's pretty nice. Now I can go for a Willow to whittle this thing down since it is defensive. Why is he continuously going for HP Ice? We missed the Willow, of course. He might switch out into Swampert here, but if he does, then I'm just going to go for a Hydro Pump. He goes for Thunder, and he hits the Thunder, because why not? He hits his Thunder, which has pretty good accuracy from what I know. What is it, like 80 or so? So, maybe it's 90. Maybe I'm wrong. But he does hit the Thunder. I'm just going to go for Pain Split. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to go for Hydro. He's going to Roost, so I'm going to Hydro Pump. I should have Pain Splitted, to be honest. But that's fine. I wish I had Protect, but I don't. If he Roosts again, I'm going to Pain Split. If he Thunders, I'm going to Pain Split. So no matter what he does, I'm pretty much just going to Pain Split. He Thunders, and he hits again. We do live, and we are going to get Pain Split off, which is nice. So he does go for another Thunder and hit, of course, because why wouldn't he? I can actually switch into Gliscor and then right back out into Rotom on his Thunder, assuming that that's what... Actually, he's going to go for Roost. He's definitely going for Roost. So I'm going to Hydro and hope that we hit. If we do, then we're in really good shape. If he goes for Thunder, then that's just him sacking his Zapdos for my Rotom. Actually, we lived. So the first Thunder he went for took a lot of damage off. He got a really high roll on that. So in comes Weavile, which I guess he has figured out that I do not have a counter for. I'm gonna go for a Willow, being my last dying wish. He goes for Knockoff. That's gonna take me out easy. So unless he's got Ice Shard, Breloom comes in and Mach punches something. So if he does have Ice Shard, then we pretty much lose to this thing. So actually, Alakazam can outspeed it, but I don't have anything to really hit it with. I guess a Focus Blast, but we're definitely going to miss. So I think Breloom's my best play. It's kind of scary to go into Breloom and Mach Punch here in case he doesn't have any priority Ice Shard, which I feel like he would, but he actually doesn't, and I'm going to get off a Mach Punch and knock out his Weavile. That's actually a really big threat out of the way. So he's going to go into his Heatran here. Heatran outspeeds me easily. People would run max speed Heatran, or it's going to be Scarfed. So I kind of want to switch out into my Azu here, as that is my Heatran counter, unfortunately. He's actually going to Protect for some reason. So I can go for a Belly Drum here. He's definitely going to Iron Head. Do I live that? Let me check. Heatran, I'm going to say he is not Scarfed, obviously. Maybe he is... He's not Offensive Air Balloon either. Maybe he's specially bulky? That doesn't make much sense, but if that is the case, then that's fine. I'm just going to go for an Aqua Jet then. No, he's definitely switching out. I'm going to Belly Drum. So we do get a Belly Drum off. We are going to see Crobat come out. So Belly Drum is going to go off without a hitch. We are +6. Were we +6 last match? I guess we were. I thought we took an Intimidate last time. We definitely did from Electric. Maybe it just glitched out, I think. I don't know. I am +6 against probably a bulky Crobat, I would imagine. Oh, boy. So Aqua Jet should be enough still. So I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet. It is enough. Crobat is going to go down. And I think Azu is going to come through again with another win for us. Slurpuff is going to come out. Not sure what this thing wants to do unless it wants to set up a Belly Drum too, but I don't think Slurpuff is bulky enough to take this hit. It's not. So Aqua Jet is definitely going to take out Slurpuff unless he's sashed, but he's not. So Azu is going to come through again in the clutch. Another big sweep from Azu right there. So he's going to forfeit, knowing that he can't win the match. So, wow. Azu is actually putting in the finest of work. So I guess Azu has earned the right to be on the thumbnail for this video. I'm actually going to check and see how long we've been going, guys. We have been going for 34 minutes. I'm going to look for one more battle. This is going to be, I mean, it's kind of a long video anyway. Luckily for us, this guy doesn't look like he's got too stally of a team, to be honest. Low punny's always a problem for me. I'm actually, unless he leads with Tentacruel. No, I still think Rotom's probably my best lead anyway. He leads with Tornadus. It's a really interesting lead for him. I'm actually just going to go for a Willow straight up and see if he wants to stay in. If he does, that's fine. If he switches out into his Heatran, then he is a Dawn, and he's going to get Flash Fire, but that's fine because we can hit it with a Hydro Pump. So, I'm not sure what his play is going to be here. We're going to see what he decides to do. If he stays in, then he's going to get burned. He actually U-turns out. Please don't go into Heatran. I would like for him to go into his low punny here. If he does, that would be lovely. He goes into Raikou. I think Raikou is a special attacker anyway, so we do get the burn on Raikou, which is nice. How much damage is Raikou actually going to do to me is a big question. I'm not going to forget to put the W this time. I'm not going to. So we need to see how much Raikou is actually going to do to me. Raikou, choice specs. Thunderbolt does about 55 to me, so I can live that. And I kind of just want to go for a Pain Split here. He T-Bolts. It does 31. I Pain Split. We're going to get right back about the same HP. So I'm actually going to go for a Willow here, as I can definitely live 2 more T-Bolts, as he's obviously not choice specs. So, not sure what he wants to do here. If he does switch out, then that would be something. But I'm assuming he's going to stay in. Maybe that's a bad assumption. He actually does stay in. Goes for a T-Bolt. That's not going to take me out. So that's not going to do anything either. So I'm actually just going to go for a Pain Split here. No, I'm not. I feel as though he's definitely going for another Thunderbolt. And I'm actually just going to go into my... I kind of want to go into X. Can we live in HP Ice? Can we live in HP Ice? We definitely can. So I'm actually just going to switch into Excadrill here on his Thunderbolt to preserve some of Rotom's health. He goes for Volt Switch. That is not going to happen. So now I could be real and I could go to Azu or Rotom on his HP Ice. I'm actually going to do that. Or on his Switch. Either way, going back into Rotom is my best play, doubling out here. Just to preserve some of Rotom's health and not let him get out when he wanted to. So now on his Switch, I can just go straight ahead and actually, I could be real and predict his Tornadus. He actually goes for HP Ice, like I predicted, and the burn is going to take him out. So Raikou is essentially gone without much of a problem. Low Punny's going to come out, get off some fake out damage on my Gliscor. If I switch into Gliscor, then that's what he's going to get some damage off on. Who's living a hit from Alakazam? Thundurus? Or Tornadus, rather? Yeah, Tornadus is at full HP, so if I can get Tornadus down some, I think I can definitely win with Alakazam here. I want to save Rotom. What doesn't do anything for me this game? Breloom doesn't do anything, so I'm actually going to switch into Breloom to take this Fake Out. And then I'm going to go for a Mach Punch of my own here. And hopefully take this thing down to about 60, I believe. It should do about 40. If he wants to switch out, then that's on him. Maybe I should go for a Spore to predict that, but maybe he just wants to take out a Pokemon too. So he does switch out into his Landorus, so I should have probably gone for Spore. That would have been my better play. So now he is going to go straight for something. I'm not really sure what Landorus usually runs. Maybe he goes for a U-turn. I think in any case, my best play is going to Rotom. So I'm going to go right back out into Rotom here. If he goes for U-turn, it's not doing anything. Well, it does do something. It did a lot. It did 25%. It took like a quarter of my health. That's absolutely absurd. Why did it do so much? I know I'm specially invested, but that's not stab, unless he's banded. But people don't run banded Landorus, do they? I might be completely wrong. I haven't played up in the higher tiers of OU, so I don't really know what people run up there. So maybe I'm wrong. But he's probably going to bring out his Lopunny here. That would be his best play. Yeah. So he's going to get some more fake out damage off on my Breloom, which I'm just going to continue to sack off and switch in. So I'm going to go for Spore here, predicting the switch. If he decides not to, then, you know, that's fine. So that's unfortunate, but it's okay. I can go into Azu. I can go into Exca. I can go into Gliscor. I can go into Zam. I'm actually going to go into Zam and go straight for a sub. But what can I do to Tornadus? That is the big question. Because I think Tornadus is the most bulky mon on his team. It's not yeah, it is Tornadus. It is. Was he Tornadus T? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually going to check. Tornadus T. Let's say he's Assault Vest just for that. Let's say he's Assault Vest. And, Psychic is going to do about 50% to him. So, yeah. I'm going to Mega Evolve. And, he's not going to want to take this Psychic, so I'm assuming he's going to switch out here. I'm actually just going to sub up. He stayed in. There's no way he stayed in. Wow. Wow, he stayed in. That was, it's a nice play. I'm really surprised he stayed in there. Maybe I was just being stupid, but I'm really surprised he stayed in. It unfortunately looks like we're going to lose this one. I don't really see us winning, to be honest. I'm going to go for an EQ. If he switches out into Landorus, that's fine. If he's got Ice Punch, he's definitely going to kill me anyway. This is, I mean, I have nothing else. That's my bulkiest mon. I think we live a return, but I don't think we live anything else, and not an Ice Punch. So, this guy is probably going to get the win. I don't want to forfeit on our last matchup, but this guy is taking a while to pick his move. So, I don't know what he's waiting on. Ice Punch is a pretty obvious play. I'm actually just going to pause it, I guess, until he picks a move. So this guy actually went for Ice Punch. We do get an Earthquake off, but it's not going to really matter. Ice Punch actually didn't kill us. I guess it's, you know, it's not stab, so I guess it makes sense. We're just going to stay in and Earthquake again. No reason to preserve him. Azumarill is my best play here to Aqua Jet and take a clean million from a return. He's going to stay in. He's going to live. He's not going to kill us with a return. We are going to pop our Citrus Berry, which kind of sucks. I probably should have just stayed in, or I probably should have just gone for a Play Rough, to be honest, but 2 Aqua Jets takes him out anyway, so. He's free to bring in his Landorus or his Tornadus here, to be honest. He actually brings in Tentacruel, which, yeah, that makes sense too. So I'm going to go into Rotom. It's my best play. He's going to go for Scald and try to burn me. I don't know. If I had stayed in on that, it would have been alright. I don't have anything to hit it with, though. That's the problem. So I'm actually going to Pain Split up here. He's going to go for Sludge Bomb. Not going to kill me or poison me, so we are going to get a lot of HP back with that. So that's kind of nice. I can Volt Switch into Excadrill on the Sludge Bomb, but we don't outspeed, so I'm actually going to Volt Switch here. He's going to get the poison. That's a little disappointing. And I'm actually going to go right into my Azu here. Aqua Jet's not going to be enough to take this thing out. So I'm actually just going to switch right back into Rotom. Is that my best play? I definitely don't think Aqua Jet kills Tentacruel from this range. I'm actually going to check just to make sure. He's usually physically defensive, I guess, in OU, from what this says. So, Azumarill, Belly Drum, we did not get any boosts, unfortunately. So, we can't really touch this thing, to be honest. So, I'm going to go into Rotom. He's going to Sludge Bomb. Has no reason not to now. Although Sludge Bomb might not kill us, Volt Switch doesn't kill him either. So I actually am just gonna Volt Switch here. Sludge Bomb might not kill. It did. So that's gonna be the game. If Sludge Bomb would have gotten a low roll there, we could have killed his Tentacruel with Azu, and then we would have maybe had a chance. because we could kill his Tornadus with Excadrill. We could kill Lando and Heatran with Azu if we were able to. If we were able to do something else with it. I don't know why I didn't go into Exca here. Just a bad play on my part. Waterfall's gonna do the most damage. It's not gonna take him out. It is resisted. So Aqua Jet's not gonna take him out from this range either. So unless we get a crit, we do not get that crit. It does 17. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough to kill him. So we're not Scarfed Excadrill, and even if we were, we wouldn't be able to win the game. So GG to my opponent. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to end the video with a win. So that is kind of disappointing. But I'm just gonna go for a Rock Slide here. It is my best play. We actually did outspeed with Excadrill. Wow, we actually outsped. That was a big mistake on my part. I didn't really think we were gonna outspeed with Excadrill. So there's gonna be a lot of you guys yelling at me in the comments about that. I would imagine. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. I really didn't think Excadrill was gonna outspeed. I didn't really think that. I should have, because why would anybody run speed on Tentacruel? But I didn't think about it, and that is going to be the way that we end this video. Unfortunately, this is 2 videos in a row that we have ended with a loss. So maybe tomorrow in the UU videos we can right the ship and maybe pick up a win at the end and some wins in the middle as well. But if you guys did enjoy this video, you enjoyed almost an hour-long episode of our Learning Laddering series here in the OU tier, make sure that you leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see next week in OU, and I will try to oblige you guys as well as I can. Make sure you come back tomorrow, as tomorrow we will have a episode. We will have 2 episodes of Learning Laddering UU going up tomorrow as well. So make sure you stick around for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out.